monster fuckers. I want it for a monster.
Do you wanna put it in my hole? Which hole do you know? Get it in there.
Get it in there.
Get it in there. Get it in there. Get it
Whoa.
in there.
Anthony Kiedis is here today. Wow.
Is it me?
Taking a break from banging a 19-year-old. Welcome, Jackie.
What
Thank you so
I gotta
much.
give it to a werewolf. What I gotta give it to a Dracula.
Vampire. Yes, bitch.
Yes.
Yes. I am here, and man, I was asked last minute to do this show, and I will say I did have to cancel a date night.
Oh.
I am here not getting laid so I can talk about monster fucking.
Everybody knows that talking about monster sex is always better than getting actual laid, okay?
I mean, this is technically my foreplay, so I need you guys to help me out here.
Diddle her up, chat.
Slick, y'all.
Diddle or slick, chat.
Ready to get slick, ready to get slick.
Before we even start, by the way, and I refuse to even bring Jake into this, at least until halfway.
Why?
Into the show.
Jake
will
is
sit
here.
in
I would
silence until halfway through the show.
I would prefer to be left out at least until Holden sets the tone.
Yeah.
First of all,
thanks, Czar.
And first of all, Tirzo's here. They're fucking cool, dude.
Tirzo.
Born on Mars.
Give it up for Tirzo.
Born on Mars.
Ah!
But real quick, Mothbat69 has already gifted 5 subs, and
Yes.
JD Panda has also already gifted 5 subs.
Hell yeah.
Both
Czar.
already have veto balloons, and
Czar
Czar
also just gave 10 gifted
subs. And
subs.
Czar also has a veto balloon, and we're giving away extra veto balloons this time. Limit 1 per
Yes.
person, but if you gift at least 5 subs, you will get your own veto
Whoa.
balloon.
Yes, and I
Means-
watched Tirzo blow up those balloons.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's Czar's subs.
Absolutely. So there you
Happy
go.
September, every one of us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So there you go. So we already got 3 veto balloons. I think we have a couple more, maybe a few more, so we'll see what happens.
And then
Hey,
Jezra just say, this list better include some characters from Darkstalkers. I know it's obscure, but come on,
Yes.
don't worry. These are very generalized, and I feel judged.
Right. You wanted more. You were screaming about not having wyvern.
Wyverns, yeah, there's no wyverns on the list.
Yeah, because
There's
wyvern.
dragons. There is dragons.
You
will
know
take
there's
dragons.
a difference, Jay.
Yo, Bolt Vander
If
Huge
anything, the
666.
dragon
Whoa,
is
thank you
better
for the
because
sub.
there's more limbs. There's more limbs.
It depends
more
on
things
see,
for
Jake,
touching.
that's better for you, but it might not be better for some. That they rather a smaller creature so that they can feel like they are in control. You think about other people besides yourself, Jake.
Yo, real quick.
As long as we're clear that like drakes are a little too close to just an animal. That's a little
Yeah,
gross.
because they ain't like us. Come on.
Real quick, too, Mr. Von Doom, thank you also for your sub. I'm trying to get these really quick. Levi Monstapaz, thank you for your sub. Broker, thank you for your sub. Fuck yeah, 14 months. Let's go. I know I have more to thank, but we got to keep this rolling. So thank you so much, everybody who subbed before we even got the show started. You guys are incredible. This fucking arm, this Tears of a Clown army, my clown army is growing every single
Not
week.
like the phrase clown army.
Yeah,
I
dude.
feel like that you're gonna walk me if you keep
I-
saying clown
oh!
army. No, Tirzo.
That's right,
don't,
Tirzo. Lead them to hell.
Don't give in, Tirzo.
Hilaire Satan, thank you so much for the
Oh,
5
thank
gifted
you,
subs.
Hilaire.
And normally
I
too, and
bel-
also a sub balloon for Hilaire Satan as well.
Sub
Thank you so
balloon,
much.
sub balloon. Is it a $5 balloon?
Now, I feel like normally we have to go back and forth. Oh, what are we ranking it on? What makes a cereal a good cereal? But I feel like it's pretty. Thank you so much, Tirzo.
Oh, thanks,
Pretty-
Tirzo.
Pretty fucking cut and dry, I think, and wet.
Well,
Cut and
yeah,
wet.
please,
Cut
thank
and
you.
wet, snarling and wet. I mean, is there anything you want to say about how we're judging these things? I mean, it's monsters. It's getting fucked by them.
I mean, I just feel like you're really leaving out the slickness of a pre-cum. I feel like people often, like, they think like, oh, it's my slip and slide.
Right.
But I want to know what glistens the tip of y'all's peenies
Sure.
as well, Jake and Holden. And
Foreplay.
again, I already feel like you're coming in judging me and my people.
Right.
And I am
Okay.
already upset about
If you're a monster
I'm gonna
fucker,
say-
rise up in chat
please
right
rise
now.
up in chat.
Rise up in chat right
you're
now.
monster fuckers in chat.
Jaffo420, thank you so much for the sub. Jake, take it away.
I
I am
not
aware of the
alone.
monster fuckers. I am
Okay.
aware of the movement, the force in erotic literature that has taken these these unlikely creatures and elevated them into these romantic paragons where
Thank you,
a
chat.
dragon isn't just like Smaug from Lord of the Rings. They are their own kind of thing reforged through the female gaze into this creature of desire and confidence. And so when you talk about a dragon, it's not necessarily the dragon that a monster fucker is talking about. But from my perspective, from my background, I think I'm going to be approaching this from more of a base popular understanding of these creatures.
So just generic is what you're saying. You're not talking about, like, we're not bringing in other kinds of ghouls. We're not talking about like specific people.
When we get to aliens, for example, like you might be going from an ice planet barbarian perspective, whereas I still just see like E.T. and I don't want to fuck E.T.
Or if you're going to bring up Axolarians. No, Axolarian. I don't want to fuck E.T., but I would fuck the Axolarians, which are shark aliens. And so is that included? Like, that's a whole other
That's what we're here to
E.T.'s
discuss.
an adult, by the way. And if you took that big old light-up finger and shoved it up some hole, you know that person's going,
I don't think
I mean, just
E.T.
for
is
the
an adult.
healing
Yes,
properties,
E.T.'s an adult.
I would let him do it.
Is he an adult?
Absolutely, E.T.'s an
He
adult.
built a fucking walkie-talkie to the stars.
Why are you
Joe, thank you for the
all of a
sub.
sudden, Jake? Doesn't mean that maybe an alien 4-year-old is not very good at being a 4-year-old.
Joe says with the sub. Thank you for the sub. Jackie.
Hero Donuts, thank you for the gifted subs.
Jackie, speaking of wyvern fucking, will you and Nat do Fourth Wing after Throne of Glass?
Ooh, I don't even know where we're going after Throne of Glass, but I am here for
There
it.
you go. Get that bird's wings a flapping. Gyro Dotus 69 with another 5 gifted subs. Do we have any more balloons after that? We have one more. Okay, Gyro Dotus with the final.
Got more.
John Boy, thank you so much for John Boy 2470. I think we have hit our limit with sub balloons. I might give mine away though. If someone gives another 5, I might just give mine away.
Wow. No,
Hey,
by the way, my cold
I'm a
dead hands.
money slut. What's up,
According
James?
to the novelization of E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the alien E.T. is over 10 million years old.
Yes, and yes.
All right, it's an ale.
Misery Pimp, thank you so much. Yeah, older than Angel, banging Buffy.
Whoa.
Spoiler alert.
Whoa. Spoiler alert, please, for the
I've
show
often
that's 20 years
considered
old.
E.T. the David Boreanaz of 80s hit films. So
Czar, thank you for the 10 more
Czar,
gifted
thank you for
subs.
another
Oh my
10
God.
gifted subs. Of course, you've already have your sub balloon locked in. We always appreciate another
Thank you,
set of
Czar.
subs. Appreciate you, Czar. All right, let's just get into this. Let's get into this.
Okay.
Let's get into the first monster of the night. Without further ado, who do we have on the chopping block? Aliens.
Just aliens in general. Just
Okay.
the idea
Concept of There's
aliens.
so many different aliens. I mean, species,
So
though.
many different
Species
kinds
definitely
of
comes to
aliens.
mind. Jake, you want to tell your species story really quick?
What? Why would you put me on the spot like that? That's such an embarrassing story.
I mean, now
All right.
I'm very curious.
Okay. Shit. All right. As quickly as possible. It was, I forget what year it was, but I was like way too young to see Species. And there was a tradition in my family where every Thanksgiving we would go see a movie and it would be split. Like the girls would go see like a girly movie and the guys would go see a guy movie. And like in the discussion and hustle, I somehow like planted the idea that like my uncles and older cousins should all go see Species. And they're like, oh yeah, it's like an alien movie? Cool. And I was like, yes. Meanwhile, I'm like a child, like actual small child.
Like E.T. child, yeah.
Like not even like from a place of lust, like that level when you're a kid where you're just like the female body is just a weird mystery that you have to like you can't
Where you're
even
just like
perceive
open up your
of.
mouth and your tongue rolls out like where you're
Like,
not even
like
sexy.
I don't even know. It's not even sexy. But like we did it. We're going. I thought I got away with murder. And then like the movie starts and it's really traumatic. There's like this little girl and she like worms shoot out of her face.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
like
yeah.
got too scared, went to the lobby and just like played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the arcade game the entire time. And
Oh,
when my
that's
family left the
cute.
theater, my dad was like, I am so glad you left that movie. like he had dodged a bullet.
So, real quick, too, Hilarious Satan requested, LP and TV, can you please give my veto balloon to Britnick? Britnick is receiving
Hell yeah!
the veto balloon.
Oh my
on
God!
Hilarious
Pay it
behalf.
forward,
Thank you
veto
so much, Hilaire. That's
balloon.
very sweet of you, Hilarious. So, Britnick, you have a veto balloon now. Aliens, I feel like you go all over the place with this. I also think of Fire in the Sky, right?
Okay, sure.
And, but as I'm thinking about it,
I
that's
can fly twice as high. like that.
What? No, isn't that
Reading
the alien
Rainbow?
abduction one where the guy gets out of the goo bag at the end, and then there's all those
You wanted to fuck Lamar Burton, which who doesn't?
I mean, why do they always go for the anal probe? You know what I mean? I mean, is that why?
That's where our secrets are.
Everybody's got that hole.
Everybody's got that hole, and E.T. goes whoop, and you go, oh,
I guess I'm phoning her.
oh, phoning my,
mommy.
I guess you're phoning my. Oh, all right,
Yeah,
Jackie.
bitches.
Jackie, this is your fucking show tonight. What? Give us the rundown.
You're right, Vixen. You know what? I am gonna go more in the world of Ice Planet Barbarians because again, the idea of aliens. I mean, xenomorphs were brought up earlier. So if I'm gonna bring up two different kinds of aliens, the answer is yes and yes.
Even xenomorph is inherently sexual. Like the work of H.R. Giger is extremely phallic
but not like
vaginal.
it's about the horror of the human body. It's about the disgust of our human body.
Is that not what all monsters are, guys? I don't know if you understand that that's the thing.
Yurok has, first time in chat, joined late. Why the fuck is Jake bald? Has he always been like
that? Why are you like that, Jake? I'm all like, what the fuck is up with this guy?
So mad about it. Mad about it.
Whoa! With the bald.
Well,
out the
my
gate.
grandfather on the maternal side, my family is bald, and that's how genetics work.
More, explain it harder.
The hair follicles
thank
degrade
you.
over time.
Get down to it. Get down to it.
All right, so anyways, what are we going with aliens? What number do you see before you when you think about it?
All right, I guess it's just such a broad idea, and you just wouldn't. I know you're scared of space, Holden, so are you just a nay? Are you a nay?
Again, it's kind of like history. I'm kind of just like, I'm bored of space. I don't understand why people want to go.
I just don't understand.
Sit in a tiny, but that aliens isn't space to me. Like, yeah, if you went into space and met aliens, I'd be way more excited to go to space. Instead, you go into a tiny little tin can and you fucking just sit there and like look outside. It's like there's space again for the fucking 1,000th hour in a row.
God forbid you have to go out into the space.
I mean, if I could go up for like 15 minutes and come right back down,
Would
sure.
you? Would you?
Maybe if it was like extremely safe.
Would you do it to fuck an alien?
Sure, but again, space would be a lot more interesting if there was fuckable aliens in the night sky.
A lot of things are fuckable. All you got to do is get consent.
You know what I mean? You can't even fuck a star. Your cock will burn off before you even get close.
Yeah, but then you come back down and we call you star fucker, star fucker,
star fucker. All right.
I think that they are S tier.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say generic aliens S tier because
Damn.
the only way I would go into outer space is to have sex with an alien. It is the unknown. There is no way to learn more about different kind of species of life than just jumping into the sack with them.
Right.
And that is the way I want to learn about a society.
And I do think, and this is going to be true for a lot of these categories, I think in a future episode, we could actually just do aliens by fuckability and do all different alien types, right?
Oh, I would be down to just pull actual characters from books or movies and be like, that one, that xenomorph, I'm into.
Because the thing is, they could...
with all the drool, and then I just imagine it over me, like in like some sort of pod, and it's drooling all over me.
Right.
It's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, you xenomorph. And then all of a sudden, it like pops out of my chest. I'm like, how did you get inside of me already? And I'm like, goosh, 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 goosh. And that is what I'm here for.
Absolutely. I'm totally here for it as
well.
well.
Very sexy scenario of
because they need your samples. They need your piss. They need your shit, but they also need your cum. And they'll get it however they can. And a lot of times they'll get it with their minds. You'll be owing in ways you never even thought possible. And yeah, sure, you're like not, happy to be away from your family and all that kind of stuff.
So gets it.
Milkman, thank you so much for the 10-month subs. Give it an S.
Thank you, Brittany.
No, okay, all right.
Okay,
all right.
wait,
out
before
of
we
respect,
give it...
Out of respect for Jackie, I want to push for a B because I'm going to say
from S
aliens,
to B? The Jake Young story?
Give him a moment. Let him...
Okay.
Shit, that was a good burn. I'm sorry. That was... I've been cut. I've been cut deep. But
sorry, Jake.
Everyone's
you guys know Jake is bald.
Dad, say nice
things.
things.
That we should bring it up
B
again.
for bald? Is that what you said?
I'm sorry, Jake Rosebone. No, please say whatever you were going to say about fucking aliens.
Love it, Bird Super. What's up?
So, okay, like, you got your xenomorphs, you got your predators, like, ooey gooey bug men, like, not sexy. You got, like, the greys, you got your ETs, asexual as fuck, again, no desire. And then you got, like, the sexy lady aliens. But that's some Captain Kirk weird bullshit where it's just, like, a lady, but she's green. or like more likely than not in the sci-fi movie scenario, if there's like a sexy alien lady,
Mystique.
That's not an alien.
I know it's a mutant, but I understand
in that scenario,
kind of humanoid.
Or
they're
if
just
you've
assuming
ever played
a form.
If you've ever played Unipop, the horny Japanese match 3, where you make the matches to have sex, the secret character that you unlock is a horny alien lady. And man, when you make her blast off because you got a bunch of match 3s, what's going on? What are people saying?
I love Delighting Gale Play says, not into Bugmen. I read one romance with a scorpion dude and I couldn't get into it. I love when you don't know whether you're going to be into something or not, and then you start reading it, you're like, oh, yeah, maybe I'm, whoa,
right.
Oh, wow. I had I was really against the idea of gills in my fucking for a long time, and I really was anti-Shape of Water. I know we'll get to that at some point.
Yeah, we're definitely
but I'm different now. And I've learned the error of my ways.
There you go. There you go, Tierzo. What's happening?
How about
A?
How about A?
Why do you want it B?
I would say I get it because there's such a range that, like, Wolfman's Wolfman. I'm not really gonna have much of a range there. It's like that's fucking that. But Aliens is like it could be a fucking ball of energy or something.
Fuck.
It could be Marvin.
What is he? In space, no one can hear you scream. I remember I had a shirt from Six Flags that had Marvin the Martian on it and said, in space, no one can hear you scream. And now I'm realizing, oh my God, was that sexual for me?
Yeah, I guess Ball of Energy would be good. Ball of Energy.
I'm done. I did my best. There's nothing in the aliens category that does anything for me. Even a sexy lady alien, I'm
not
just
even
always
a
like,
sexy.
I say A. That's insane, Jake.
Why don't you want to fuck? Yeah, you don't want to fuck that.
You don't want to put.
Because in all the movies where there's a sexy lady alien, it's just a trap. Can
we go back to that? Why is there just flip flops? Is it when she's done with the photo shoot?
She puts the
flip flops on.
It's whatever.
Yeah. So there's flip flops, right? Yeah. So she's. It's like
she can walk off
because
later.
it's a photo shoot, and then that's so ridiculous. That's so crazy. All right.
What if the gravity is different there, and maybe the shoes hurt more? I say give the xenomorph the benefit of the doubt.
All right, I'm saying A for a compromise.
All right,
A for
don't worry, I got a veto balloon.
Yeah, and don't blow your.
I'm not blowing my load.
That's an S out the gate. All right, what do we got next?
Not right now. I'm not on a date, Holden.
What do we got next?
Demons. This is another whole huge world of what could be's.
Yes.
No, we got incubuses, we got succubuses, we got all the bisses.
That's the thing.
And the demons are dirty. They're dirty. There's no demons are pretty hot.
And you don't know if they're like all the way good or are they all the way bad, because they're still
I can change them.
So
I can fix them.
I can fix them. Always I can fix them. And especially with a demon, you know what I think turns me on the most is wanting to find out how did they become a demon? I want to go on that date where I'm like, what happened to
what's your story?
Who hurt you?
In the age before man, Zolvathan, the morning dawn star, rebelled against
And you say that as if I'm not into it. Tierzo and I are both into this
I think
very
what's great
much
about
so.
the demon thing is even if it gets scary later, it always starts probably one of the hottest people you've ever seen that seduce you, and then once I'm already on the train, you can take me anywhere. Once I'm on that
you're
horny
already
train.
on the date with a demon, you're saying you would fuck the demon, but you'd have to really be convinced to go on the date first.
No. Well, I'm more just saying. Well, I would assume that they've already convinced me.
Also,
thank
you, Book Thief.
Like
Remember, it's by fuck ability,
yes,
not by relationship ability. Thank you, Book Thief. Very important to know.
Thank you so much for the sub. No, what I'm saying is they're already going to try to trick me by being whatever in my head is the hottest version of a lady, right? For me, because I have Sachet's disease, right? Or whatever, man,
What if you don't know, but you just know you're into it?
Sure, yeah, I could see that. I could see a sort of non-binary just thrill ride happening. Yeah, for sure, something like that.
Yeah.
And then
how big are their
got
horns?
genitals you've never even conceived of.
Exactly,
They
they've got
got,
genitals. That people that would make a Republican fucking head explode. You know what I mean?
I just feel like, again, it's one of those things that I never thought about the utilization of horns when it came to fucking, and then you read about all of the uses for horns while you're fucking, and it's just like, why wouldn't I want to fuck someone with horns?
Right.
Not all demons have horns, though. So it does depend on if they are horned or not.
Right. So, I mean, how are we... Jackie, what's your instinct here? What's your instinct for these particular monsters?
S tier. I want... See, I love this. They're not all S
It's
tier.
going to be all S tier.
No, I agree.
They're not all
I
S tier.
agree.
I had you go on a date night earlier in the day and
To
then
get my
come
horns
here.
out. No,
exactly.
I'm
Because I was
sitting
just
here,
going to be like,
vibrating.
Oh, a skeleton horse? Yeah, S tier.
No.
I want to fuck the shit out of the skeleton
Because you got
horse.
like generic devil ladies. Okay, that's fun. And then you got like Queen of Hell, like bullshit with like 800 horns and a throne of fire.
Ooh, she's mean and she's scary, and ooh, she's gonna kind of treat me bad. And,
Yeah.
ooh, I'm gonna be scared to be like, ooh, do I have to stay in hell, madam?
Right.
What do you need from me, madam?
Yeah, Kurt Girl, Elizabeth Hurley, and Bedazzled, dude. Man, I nutted
man.
to that movie. I would rent it from
Bedazzled
Blockbuster.
counts.
I would rent it from
Bedazzled
Blockbuster.
counts.
There was the school scene. There was a French maid scene, and then
Awesome
there was another
detail,
scene where
yes.
she's in a red dress, and I knew the exact timestamps for each of those scenes. But anyways, I digress. Demon, I'm high up on Demon too.
Yes. Whoa.
She is.
Whoa.
Naughty in the movie.
But you're fine with that, Jake, even though like there are demons that are more humanoid. Those are you're fine with as opposed to the more humanoid aliens.
Because within popular consciousness, from Rob Zombie music videos to comic books to movies, the archetype of the evil demoness is definitely a fantasy that I, at least in my own life, have at least been like, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, wow. That's where I'm coming from.
Hell yeah, I
and
love
coming
that.
to.
Yeah, boom.
I just it's demons. It's evil. It's a sin. It's a sinner's
That's what
delight.
makes it
You're
good.
right, Daymok. Yes, remember, demons can have a bajillion tits or a bajillion cocks or both.
Daymok is clearly
No
a
idea.
demon.
Yes, I
They're
love
clearly
this.
trying to convince you
And
that
yes,
they are a demon.
Jake and I will have sex with you.
Sure.
If you consent.
All right. So what do we say? Are we going S?
S.
Yeah.
All right, S tier. Let's do it.
Again, I promise, mine won't all be S. They're
I
not
asked you to
gonna all
go
be
blast
S.
one out before you came here
They're
to
not
fucking.
gonna all be S. No, I'm saving myself up for later on. Again, I told you I'm using this as foreplay.
Right. I forgot. You're saving yourself for marriage. You guys get married every night in a ceremony in your house. All right. Next up, what do we have? What will our eyes behold? I believe we have Jackie Zebrowski's next, which I don't.
Oh, am I the monster? Who wants to fuck this monster?
Dragons.
Oh, Katie Robert knows what she's doing.
Yeah. I am jealous.
You know, this is where, all right, this is a good conversation to have, guys. I don't know if I necessarily want to fuck a dragon just because I know it will set me on fire or it will rip me apart in some capacity.
Yeah.
Which kind of into at some point. But I am into like someone that whether it's a humanoid version of a dragon or something that is a little, I get scared if they're that big. That I
Sure.
would be too overtaken.
So you're not a, what is it, vor or whatever? You're not one of those?
No, I'm not, but
You don't want to be
is-
encompassed.
Yes, right? The size difference of a J Bunny, the size difference, it's just like, it does scare me because let's be real, I definitely read multiple books where there's like, oh, I've got all these cocks, I don't know what holes to put them in. Like,
Right.
yeah, that's fun. You know, there's ways to stretch.
Or
There's
there's
ways to
like
figure it
a
out.
dick
Just literally
back
armfuls
dragon.
just being like, there's got to be a better way.
I go with all these dicks. Gotta carry them in. And then, oh God, yes, tears of the dicks are all over the place. And it's just...
Tree, yeah.
Incredible
Right?
object work, Tirza, by the way. Your
Vor's being
clowning
eaten.
skills
All right,
are
sorry.
legendary.
Oh, but I'm definitely not a vor then.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But still,
I don't want to be eaten, and I don't want to eat.
And still,
So
I just mean.
I get the dragon thing.
Yes,
What?
Jake.
I get the dragon thing. Like, I absolutely get it. To like the human need to be desired, to feel desired, is super clutch for all of these fantasies. And there's literally like a mythical creature defined by their need to like hoard and covet and protect and like keep. It is a dragon, and so those feelings can be very easily supplanted into a romantic, into a sexual relationship. So I absolutely understand why dragons factor so heavily.
Sneaky Whip does bring up a good Pete's dragon.
Pete's dragon? Really?
Would.
JD Does Dev says 7 vaginas. Thank you so much for the sub. And also, Fluxtron
Possibly
brings
more.
up a really good point. Why are dragon dildos such a thing? There's such a thing.
Bad dragons.
People are very into it as well. Also with the, I guess that's more alien dildos with the eggs when you can
That's alien,
squirt the eggs up inside of you.
Totally,
That's also not really my bag either, but I don't judge, man. You squirt those alien eggs inside of you and you shoot them out of your holes, Tirzo. You shoot them out of any holes you got. They squirt them all in. They pack them down, and then you gotta get them out of your body somehow, Tirzo.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't own a dragon dildo. And
you didn't have to, I would assume, or you don't have to tell us every time, like, I don't own a vampire dildo. I don't own a mummy dildo. Like, you know what I mean?
was a great vampire dildo, though.
Right? It sucks. Yeah, use it only during your period, and it sucks up all your blood.
Sucks it all out.
That'd be great. Get on that, chat.
It's my fuck tampon.
That would be fucking huge.
Yes.
People would love that.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not traumatizing Tirzo. Tirzo, are you scared?
Yeah,
Tirzo, are you scared?
Tirzo, are you frightened?
Oh, God. All right. Well, we've gone too far. We may have gone too far.
J-Ron 2000 says Jackie has 14 dragon dildos, so I don't know what's going on.
Get out of my house.
All right. Well, what are we going to say? Are we feeling B-ish?
I respect dragons, and I think dragons are very cool.
Sure.
And I would love if a dragon was like my mother.
Yeah, this isn't a respect monsters tier list.
I know, but
like,
I just don't want to fuck the dragon.
All right, so we going low. You give me a letter.
I think C.
I'm feeling a little D-ish for dragon. What do you think?
A D, honestly, I'm trying to think, like, even when there's, like, in fantasy games, you play, like, what are they called? Argonians in, like, Skyrim or something? Like, it's very,
JD Does Dev, what about Falcor? Is Falcor a dragon?
I think Falcor is
a wish dragon, but they're their own thing.
Yeah,
right? I feel like Falcor is their own thing.
And who's fucking Falcor? Falcor's like your next door neighbor.
Yeah, and Tirzo, and if Falcor came a squawking, I'd give him a ride.
All right, everyone's freaking out about the luck dragon thing.
Falcor is a dragon. All right, I guess then we
The only good thing about having sex with Falcor is the whole time you do it, you get to go, yeah!
I was gonna scream never-ending story.
Moment of levity. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I'll tell you what, you can give my veto balloon to Moment of Levity. You get a sub.
That's
you get a veto
sweet.
balloon. But we are out, I think. We are now out of veto balloons for people who give subs. Thank you so much. We're going to have more next week, though. We're going to have more next week. We'll keep it going. All right.
To 5 is life. I just want to ride a dragon like it's a plane, not fuck it.
Give it a letter.
Yeah, I'm gonna say D.
D.
I dare say D.
No, you're
for
fine.
dragons.
This is our tier list. Don't let them change you. Yes, thank you.
Hell
Puff
yeah.
the magic dragons, more like a friend.
D.
Relationships, not sexual. Don't put it in that end.
Oh, God.
Wow, that was great, Jake.
That's great.
I'm like the Peter Yarrow of fuck songs. That's
Absolutely.
Just me. That's they all call me that.
So we did do, I believe, X-Men with Mike Lawrence, but we haven't done by fuckability, so we might have to return to that at some point. All right, what do we have?
Can I throw my name in the ring?
Absolutely. What
the original X-Men show is a huge part of my sexual identity, and I understand in watching X-Men 97 how much was unlocked. I was like, oh fuck, so much of it is from X-Men.
Absolutely, those skin tight and the Sentinels.
And they're all bad. They're bad.
And
the Morlocks. Those
Ooh.
Morlocks.
Oh, Nightcrawler, and y'all know I still have that picture of the drawing of Nightcrawler eating out Storm underneath the tree.
Oh my
and
God!
I still have it pulled up on my desktop for all time.
Glorious. All right, what do we have next? Aries.
I need to be. I'm gonna go ahead and say up top. Fairies and fae are not the same thing, Jake. Not the same thing.
Okay, to give us
very,
what's the
very
difference?
different. The world
What
of
are
the
the
fae is the like magical, important, respected creatures. Fairies, I dare say, are winged roustabouts, and who gives a fuck about them? Go sit in a flower, and I hope the petals choke you to death.
Okay, so we're low on fairies. I thought you said they were up there.
Fae are up there.
Okay, fairies not.
Down low.
Well, they're tiny and mischievous. Yeah, I don't even know what I do. Put one in my asshole? I don't really know what we're
guess
doing
you can put it in your asshole. You can like make it bigger like they do in The Sims, and then all of a sudden it's kind of pixelated.
Ferngully, they make them bigger.
That's the thing. Ferngully, we talking those fairies? I will fuck those fairies, but I will not fuck other fairies. But I'll also fuck the smog. So that I don't usually want to fuck smog either.
And of course we're not talking about the homosexual slang term. We're not those kinds of fairies.
No, because I watch a lot of those documentaries.
Sure, absolutely. And Ferngully, I'm fucking the oil.
Right?
spills.
Yeah, right? Tim Curry pollution.
Yeah, we need to be the same.
Thank you, James. Yes.
And they are, if anything, they're like cute and then terrifying. There's no sexiness there.
And also, just like forever, Tinkerbell doesn't make me want to come.
Tinkerbell's always, that's kind of her thing. Well, except for Kylie Minogue in the fucking in Moulin Rouge. I wanted to. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to have her crawl up and down it really fast with a bunch of lubricant on it.
Did not want to have sex with Julia Roberts in Hook,
yes.
Not that.
Man, I liked the cut of her filthy jib. Huh, guys?
So you guys do want to fuck fairies?
I don't know. I just liked her.
No, I'm not like a 70-year-old man. Like for boomers, Tinkerbell was like the Hatsune Miku for boomers. Like,
yes.
Old men go nuts for
just
Tinkerbell.
Go nuts for Tinkerbell.
Tirzo loved it. Tirzo gets that reference.
Yes.
That's why we do this.
Great, Gab. Yes, Tinkerbell is Brat.
Yeah,
I know you said
Tinkerbell's
a
totally
brat, but Tinkerbell is brat too.
But Tinkerbell has self-esteem issues that make her, I feel like, kind of throw me off with her.
Get her a little drunker.
She's always like, I'm not cool.
So this is Jackie. We're talking about fairies, like little like teetily butterfly wing fairies,
Correct, not big
folk.
throbbing world of the Fae.
Okay, I'm sorry for the mistake. It was.
It's okay.
Please.
It is not your fault. I saw on the list that it was Fae/fairies, and I was already expecting to yell about this. And it's not for you to know, Jake, and that's okay. It's for us. It's for us, the monster fucker. I'm sorry, Jake. Do you identify as a monster fucker? I didn't even ask this up top. I know Holden doesn't.
I would not outwardly identify as such.
Yeah.
My
Holden,
ultimate
you're about
fantasy.
to say you're. I'm sorry, Holden. You're not. I'm sorry.
I get big and mean sometimes. I can be big and mean.
That doesn't mean that you're a monster fucker.
No, but I can be whatever, Tirzo. I can be big. I can get big. And be fun with them.
Not in my foreplay, please.
All right, what do we have
next?
right,
Brittany, don't be afraid. I feel like you're too scared, Holden, and I wish that you could just open up.
Yeah, I could be like a goblin, or I feel like I'd be with goblin kind. Anyways, is it an F for fairy?
Yeah. F for fairies.
All right, F for fairy.
Yeah. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, Holden is a monster fucker, but Gronky is, exactly.
I just don't want to fold its tiny wings up inside of my fucking pussy.
If I was into getting pegged or whatever, then I could see an
You would have a tiny fairy put on a huge dildo and fuck you from behind?
Yeah, or it just goes up in there. I just put it up in there as long as it can crawl out.
Oh, you would use the fairy as the dildo.
Yeah, the fairy would go in there.
It's the turning around that really is like only the finest and like most skilled fairies know how to do.
That's the thing though too. The fluttering of the wings might just be like awful. I don't even know.
Or maybe it's great. Because as someone that was currently reading a book about a penis that had gill frills on the penis, and I was like, oh man, that would feel so weird when it was hard inside of you.
Anyway, what's our next monster? Let's look up the next.
I'm trying to say, sometimes you need to open up your eyes and open up your holes to new experiences, and I didn't think that gill frills inside of me would be something that would excite me. And then all of a sudden, slap it on the right shark alien, and then I'm pro gills fluttering inside of me.
What's next, James?
Why? Slime Gang, we don't judge at Jackie's Book Club. There's no judgment. And also the fact that this is called Frankenstein's. Just the idea of Frankenstein's.
Frankenstein's, yeah.
Yeah, Frankenstein's. You know,
Frankenhooker, it's a whole genre.
Look, I don't want corpse on me, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want no dead person. I don't care how much they could hold you down in the night.
Do you still consider them dead if they were put back together and are sentient?
I guess that's true.
Tirzo says no.
Yeah, I guess that's true, because some people have, like, monkey hearts in them, right?
Like that Christian Slater movie?
Oh, my monkey heart?
Something like that. I think Marissa Tomei was in it, and he like got revived because they put a baboon's heart inside of him, and then she falls in love with him, but he dies because he had a baboon's heart inside of him.
Can I just say this?
It's not a horror
alert.
movie?
Real quick, too.
No, it's not a horror movie
it's a
where
romance.
like the baboon spirit takes over. It's not like when you get an organ from a serial killer.
No Emma Stone and Poor Things?
Killing.
All right. Well, no Emma Stone and Poor Things. She's like a weird child person.
No,
Second of all,
the Frankensteins are inherently tragic. Like, I'm sorry, Frankenstein, more like the modern Prometheus, because they're just like constantly being like, I used to fire, please, I didn't ask to be born. Like, it's awful. Whoa. No, not sexy.
Hi, Zebrowski, thank you for the sub.
So you think he's too scared to be sexy?
No, too tragic. Even in the best case scenario, where we're talking by the furthest stretch of the imagination, like weird science scenario, you built something to fuck. Like no, that's not it. Not it.
I don't know. In this scenario, so you feel that you are the scientist making the Frankenstein to fuck the Frankenstein.
Yeah,
not that you just happen to paunce the Frankenstein who wanted to fuck.
Anything that has been built to fuck is
we do have to clarify this, because
doing it.
Obviously Frankenstein is incorrect, because it's Dr. Frankenstein and the monster's the monster, and we know it's a goof 'em up.
We're
talking about
this wasn't a goof 'em up. Didn't you choose
Who
this,
is
Jake?
the bride of Frankenstein marrying? Is the bride of Frankenstein marrying the doctor?
Talk about someone I want to fuck, and that is the bride of fucking
That
Frankenstein.
is
it is the monster. It is the monster, though. It is the monster when we refer to this. So, okay, Jackie, again, lead us the way. Give us a letter and an explanation. The floor is yours.
You know, I am into anything that's big and wants to take care of me, especially if there's a tragic past in some capacity. And I know that we're talking about multiple Frankensteins, and it seems as if we're more talking about just the generic idea of some sort of scientist cobbling together body parts to create something for someone else to have sex with. Now, my issue is, what I'm very sexually attracted to is the relationship between Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. The way that, like, the animal magnetism between the two of them, the depth of the romance between the two of them. But again, back to what Book Thief said earlier, we're not talking about relationships. And if I'm worried that he's either, which is cute, and I'm not against anyone that would cry during sex, I would worry that I would fuck him so hard he would fall apart.
Yeah.
And that is
Woodrat EP says Bride is a
huge issue.
Bride is a goth icon. I would watch her in Monster Fuck from the cuck.
Woodrat, easily. I would love to watch. I'd love to be like a helping hand if needed. But I don't know. I think that Frankenstein's are going to be lower on the list.
I'm sorry. Just a minor correction. It would be the Igor chair in this scenario.
Yeah. Obviously, Igor's the greatest of all cucks. You see, Bene Gesserit, if we're talking the original novel, his whole goal is getting Dr. Frankenstein to make him a wife. He's a lover.
Whatever. Bene Gesserit's an obvious sandworm lover and fucker, and that's the end of it, okay? So I want to hear from Bene Gesserit.
Ooh,
okay?
Curd Girl, but will they be like Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, where they just stitch themselves back up? But Frankensteins don't create themselves, so would he be able to do the upkeep?
Penis could fall
again,
off.
Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas is more evidence to my original point. They're inherently like kind of sad, broken creatures that I am not like inherently like Yeah.
But that's in that world of that specific person being tied together by a crazy scientist.
I have a question, because I do like the idea penis could fall off, is what Brittany said. Now, but would it be like a chicken cutting its head off? Would the penis continue to wiggle around inside of your pussy hole?
No, this is a work of the Frankenstein is a work of science fiction. It is not a fantasy. There's no magic.
If you have a detachable penis, you got to make sure there's some kind of, like, the balls are still attached so you can get it out of you. Don't forget.
True. Yeah. You got to have some kind of protection there. How many doctors have to deal with that in Transylvania?
I'm going to say Frankenstein's a C. I'm going to say C.
D at best.
I'm surprised you aren't higher up on Frankenstein, because the overbearing nature that he would just kind of be like, take you up. Remember also Young Frankenstein, that love makes
Peter Boyle. Oh yeah, I mean, I want to fuck Peter Boyle as Frankenstein. Yeah.
Sweet mystery of life.
Sweet mystery of life. I found you.
I feel like C is fair. I'm trying to not, because again, I can sit here and talk long enough to talk myself into Frankenstein being an S. Give me another 10 minutes. I will get there.
Give it a C.
C.
Give it a C. And again, we do have several members with veto balloons in the chat. I can't even list them all. Bat 69 something, and Britnick and Czar, and all these people. So if anybody wants to speak up who has a veto balloon and wants to make a move, let us know anytime you would like.
Cat. I like the idea of having a penis that I can remove and apply as needed, especially since it can be a hassle at times. I fucking bet.
There you go, JD Panda, Gyrodotus, all y'all. I believe Gyrodotus as well. All right, next up, what do we have? Ghosts.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
I mean, I know that we need to discuss, but I know my answer is S already, but I know that we can continue the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, Kesha really convinced me at the end of the day. That was the nail in the coffin.
I want to fuck a ghost so badly. It's insane. You know how some relationships have like a hall pass.
Right.
I have no celebrity hall pass. I have the only hall pass I have
is a ghost.
if I can have sex with the ghost. That is my forever hall pass. My husband understands that. Like, we've even discussed, is it cheating if you have sex with a ghost?
Right.
Now, I think it
depends on the presence of ectoplasm.
And it depends on how much you know about the ghost. I feel like it's like, is there a like what? Like, is this like, oh, it just happened in the middle of the night? Like, we're in this haunted place, and oh my God, the madam that owned this brothel wants to come in and needs to have a sexual conversation with me, and all of a sudden I'm having sex, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know her name.
Right. And then
and then all of a sudden your unfinished business has been taken care of, and they're like, I'm free now.
And I would say, too, if none of that convinced you, JD Does Deb brought it up. That blowjob scene in Ghostbusters was one of the greatest sexual awakenings of my life. Just imagining getting to watch Dan Aykroyd get a blowjob by a ghost would make you come low.
The fact that when you were the age you were when you first watched Ghostbusters, you had the same experience as I did, where there's this like ghost lady, her head lowers, and then Dan Aykroyd makes a bunch of stupid faces, and
he goes, oh, doesn't he like
literally that?
Yes,
it's the dream.
How many times did you have to watch it before? Like, I didn't know what was happening.
It's the dream. I knew exactly
20
what it
times
was.
I watched Ghostbusters.
I was like, can you make the camera move, Daddy? And he was like, I can't make a camera move in a movie, okay? You're just going to have to enjoy this cock-sucking scene from this angle. I was like, all right.
Now, earlier, Britnick asked, how consensual are these ghosts being? Now, here's the thing. I want to be aggressively seduced by a ghost. I don't want to be doing the seducing here. There are many monsters I don't mind aggressively seducing. But a ghost, you come to me, bitch.
Biddy Jester, but you don't want my literature minor input on Frankenstein? No, because I need you to go back and get the masters. I need you to go to grad school, Benny, and get it going there,
we can agree the Ghost of Christmas Present is a bear daddy supreme, right? Ooh, yeah, Ghost of Christmas Present.
Especially the Muppet version.
I want your thesis on my desk on Monday, Biddy Jester. I don't know why I'm going after Bene Gesserit.
But also, again, the Muppet version of the Ghost of Christmas Present might be the sexiest of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, it's an S, right? I mean, I think we all agree.
S.
Something could manipulate you kind of in spirit or whatever.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff and do things with
Come in and know me better, man. Yes.
All right, let's
So big.
let's give it an S.
Yes.
Give it an S.
Am I not? I guess I'm not upsetting you, Holden.
No, this is, I mean, to a certain degree, I feel like, when you accuse me of not being capable of having monster fucker status, kind of bum me out a little bit.
I mean, I require
The night is,
more proof.
we still got, we will find the unholy abomination that Holden's like, God, now I can't stop thinking about making sweet love to that
look at Jackie
entity.
more. But if you think I'm a big mean man, write big mean man in chat and put that in all caps,
See
baby.
your big mean mans.
You think
Come
I'm a
on.
big,
That's
strong,
what gets him the
mean
hardest.
man.
So really, you're welcome and thank you.
Thank you for the Gronkies as well. I asked for Gronky to be on this
big
tier
mean
list.
man.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
mean man.
I can
Nice
get big. I
small,
can
nice
get bigs
small
in
man.
chat as well. I can get bigs as well in chat if you like my
Whoa, Book
essence.
Thief says you're the smallest man who ever lived.
Whatever, Book Thief. Unbelievable. Now I have to listen to that entire album.
Okay, we'll do it on the
extended
ride
after this.
home.
Fine. All right, what's next? And the Fortnite Kraken.
Yes, wow.
Wait. What are these? I thought the Kraken was a gigantic squid monster.
But not in Monster Fucker Land.
Yeah, I don't. Can I
Humanoid
see some
versions
more
of the
art
Krakens.
for Kraken? I mean, I hate to make you scramble, but I thought a Kraken was like a massive squid monster that's
Yeah.
just a squid.
Oh, how many teeth does the big bat have?
It's
The
just
Kraken
tentacles.
is-
How
is
many
just
teeth?
from the deeps of the mysterious ocean arises an ageless force of nature that just happens to have 9 to 70 wriggling appendages. That's the Kraken.
Look up Katie Roberts Kraken.
Oh yeah, Katie Roberts knows what they doing.
Amorphous, usually tentacled, sometimes a giant fish. Is it just the tentacles? I mean, tentacle pornography, obviously massive in Japan, and then it spread across the world. Everyone now loves the concept of many writhing tentacles. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing I was thinking, so I'm like, how do you even fuck that, dude? That's, again, vor stuff, and using the right usage of it, because I feel like it just shoves you into its giant, terrifying mouth.
And yet, something about the tentacles makes it okay. I don't know, something that big grabbing you and curling you up in its tentacles, and you're like, I can't get out.
Where was this energy when we were talking about dragons, though? Now big things are...
But I'm talking about the tentacles. The tentacles do give
I hate
it
to
so
accuse you
much.
of being a monster fucker flip-flopper, but you're being a MFFF.
You're not listening
Krakens
to
are
me.
very powerful. They can change their size and
They
shape.
can
do
change.
that.
They can shift. And again, the tentacles. Thank
Yes.
you, JD Panda Jackie. I get you. It is very. And Zara dragons don't have tentacles. Look at that. And especially like a great sea beast where you think that it's something that does not exist, that like protrudes out of the sea and you're so
It's the
scared.
emerging. That's a lot
it
of it,
is
it's the
definitely
emerging.
the emerging. I got weirdly horny when I didn't know that apparently this is a space thing, Holden. I know you hate space. But
I don't hate it. I think it's boring.
And for all mankind.
History and space are two things that are boring, and everyone acts like they're interesting, and they're not interesting. Go on.
Interesting, and they shoot off the rockets from under the water.
Oh,
and
how
I
did
didn't
the-
know, and it looks really
How did
sexy.
the Egyptians build the pyramids? Who
Makes me want to fuck the
gives a
spaceship.
fuck?
It makes me want to fuck
All
the
right,
spaceship.
Holden. In defense of Krakens, Ursula from Little Mermaid knows the, a little body language. Like,
Right.
come on, Krakens, fuck. It's just, it's their nature.
Yeah, I mean, hentai and all that kind of stuff really does. Thank you. History's super boring. It's all stuff that's already happened.
Thank you. Tank Girl Jet Girl says, you're boring, Holden.
Yeah, I know I'm boring. I put myself to sleep every night.
Now someone did now.
Bene Gesserit, I'm coming for you.
Oh,
What's up?
whoopsie, never mind, says they seem slimy. Now, is slimy something that does that detract from your sexuality when you think about slimy?
Yes.
Slimy.
Sure.
You're horny by slimy.
Slime. You know that song, Slime in my pants, made me get on romance.
Yeah, man, I definitely know that song.
Get on romance, push it to the left, push it to the right.
Slime Gang does say think about me, you know?
Yeah.
Think of slime, go
search dry Kraken Spring Lube. I forget about the natural lubrication of the Kraken.
That's what I'm saying, man. You don't need, honestly, you can just jump right in, especially if that tentacle is sliding right up inside of you.
Look, I know.
While they're wrapping you up.
I know a lot about slime. I'm 30% slime. Doctors studied me for it.
Hilaire, you're so right, but the ocean, and y'all know I'm very scared of the water, and I think that's why if I'm out on a boat and a kraken appears to not only bring me into the depths to fuck me until I am their sea princess, I guess I'm not scared of the water anymore. And what a way to get over your fear. By being fucked into becoming a sea princess. And I'm not talking about the C word.
Hey, you know
All
who
right,
else?
go ahead,
Hey,
Holden,
you know who
make
else
the
can't
joke.
swim? You know who else can't swim, by the way? A little
Monkey
man
D.
named
Luffy.
Monkey D. Luffy, okay? And he's one of the greatest anime protags of all time, you twits.
Is this someone I want to fuck?
Well, he's very stretchy. Maybe, I don't know. Is he? I don't know.
Ace King King of the Pirates.
Oh, okay, all right.
But anyways, that all said, okay, I think we're gonna give Kraken I'm going B, Jackie. Refute.
I'm gonna say A.
Jake? Don't play favorites with Jackie.
Sold me. Jackie sold me on it.
Yeah. Was it the slime or the tentacles or the sea princess?
At least there's something from a sensory perspective they're bringing to the table.
Yeah,
More so
surprise
than
A
just, like,
indeed,
a gross
Gyrotis.
monster.
I hope some veto balloons get used soon.
Ooh, especially the suction of the tentacles where you like think it might be too much, but then you realize, oh God, it's great.
Now I'm thinking B. I
no,
forgot
no.
the
Yeah,
suckers
I'm
of
thinking
the
B.
Little suckers, yeah.
Let's do B. Let's give it a B.
Massage. No, I want A.
How is it
I
A?
want A.
That's insane.
I want A. Think of the sea suckers.
All right, fine.
Think of them
Give it
just
an
going.
A.
They're giving little kisses all over your dick, Jake.
Give it an A, but I think I'm gonna have to use JD Panda's veto balloon. Sorry, JD Panda. No, I don't have one. Yeah, JD Panda's losing it. All right, let's move on to the next one. What do we got? Mummy.
Oh, man. Oh, I've got a lot of feelings about having sex with mummies. But
Okay.
I'd love to hear y'all's feelings.
I think I'd actually rather hear yours since you have a lot of feelings.
When I think sexy and mummies, all I can think about is Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser. The actual mummy themselves is not where the erotic heart of my mummy.
Yeah,
thinks
exactly.
it's
All I
at.
think of is friction.
And
That's all I think
dust.
of. And
I just
dust.
think
Dust.
of how
And
sexy.
scarabs.
And this is another world where it's like, oh, I'm covered in sand, most likely.
Oh, sand.
And then it's just like, oh, and then it's like, oh, and then like I gotta like cut open little holes to like try to find anything to fuck, and then like, and then it's like dusting apart in my hands, and then like all of a sudden I'm holding an arm, and it's like not in a sexy way. I don't know, right? Thousands of years of decay.
Yeah, and all the
dark ass.
festering rotted wounds. And
They'll curse your pussy, curd girl says
You know
you're
what?
right.
Let me give them a little something. Let me give them a little something.
Please.
They're moaners. Oh! And when I'm fucking something, I want it to moan. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do.
I want groans, I want moans, and maybe if we have a couple flying over me, I want drones. But those are the three things I like during
Jack girl
fuck
just
sex.
says, my pussy ain't wet enough for that desert.
Exactly. I mean, come on. You're gonna have so much chafing and
But the cast
pussy
of the
itch.
mummy. If we could fuck the cast of the mummy.
Oh, incredible.
Sure, absolutely. Or bedazzled, am I right? Come on, that Elizabeth
Whoa.
Early. What are we talking about here? There was a
But-
schoolgirl, there was a French maid.
I will say though, you know, in a professional email where we were talking about the categories,
Yeah.
one of our producers did say, but mummies are Egyptian royalty.
Sure.
So does that change
No.
how you feel about fucking
Dead
them?
fish in bed. You know what Egyptian royalty, well, you know what any royalty is? Not good in bed, most likely. Unless it's an extremely lascivious royalty.
yeah.
I also have no
Dead fish,
desire.
they just lay back, they're just like, please me, servant, please me.
I have no desire also, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, I don't want to fuck something that is dead. I really have no desire.
Hilaire brings up a good point. Weren't they also children?
I guess it depends on how small the mummy is.
Yeah, if it's a tiny mummy, don't go near it.
Go to the next tomb.
If it's a big mummy, never fear it. That's what they always say when you're trying to fuck mummies in a pyramid.
Yes.
But they do love cats. They do love cats.
They do love cats. Yeah, but that's not.
You know, Jin
helping
says
fucking.
vampires are dead. All right, I know that they are dead.
Yeah,
but
it's
there's
different.
something about in my brain, and
So
go with me
different.
on this. I feel like I never thought about this before, but I feel like mummies don't have enough personality.
No, they don't. They're just they just go.
And vampires have all the charm. They've got I know they're dead, but they've got all the right wakens of somebody alive.
That's
you know
the
what
whole
I mean?
thing. They gotta have Riz because
Yes,
that's how they get the
reanimated
blood.
flesh versus dead flesh. Yes, Curd Girl.
So yeah, I think we're going F for mummies.
F for mummies.
Woodrat says, well, so maybe you need to soak them in myrrh and frankincense. Yeah, if you gotta soak it, I
Yeah.
don't want to fuck it.
I don't want to toke it. Yeah.
Plus, like, best case scenario. Best case
Thank
scenario, you do find a mummy. You're like, I don't know about this, but they charm you. They have amazing stories about their life as a king of an empire. You're like really falling in love, and then all of a sudden, some asshole from the British Museum just grabs them and takes them away.
Right.
And you're just like, well, fuck.
Right. Exactly.
My mummy boyfriend, and I'd go after that, and I'd become a mummy myself.
But we're talking about boyfriends. We're not talking about just hard, hot, wet. You know, any of those words.
Just imagine like bouncing up and down as the dust plumes are going
up
everywhere.
in your
Please stop. Please, can we
You've
just
got
finish?
fucking sinuses shit going.
Yeah, I've got bad allergies. It's just like,
And the cat, and then the cats are it's even worse.
Yeah, and oh god, and then the cats.
The cats,
they're just winding through your legs. I'm like, can we not, please?
Can we not? Can you not be a cat for 2 seconds of your shitty cat life?
I know, I respect you. I understand. It's just
Think
like
about you. All right, here we go. It's an F, and it's gonna stay an F. Let's move on. We got a chunkle left. Orcs.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Orcs,
You know,
absolutely.
Jake, you were
Absolutely.
talking before we started the stream that you have some interesting thoughts on orcs, and I feel like you were
It's
scared.
not interesting.
Smells like
well,
man blood.
meat's back on the menu, boys, is what they say when they look at my junk. And then we're about to get real frisky. But no, the orc is just, it's literally just what if the person was green, like cut as hell, and had like tusks, and they just like went for it. Like it's
Knew
just,
how to
it's just,
fight.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's definitely like a nerdy
Tirzo.
death by snoo kind of fantasy in my head if we're dealing with like a lady orc. But still, no, it's going to be rough, it's going to be dirty, loincloths are involved, and there's what's not sexy about it. It's fun.
I mean,
Oh, God, those
Definitely in a
sexy
ditch.
orcs.
Oh yeah.
I guess this for me is a tough one. I think I'm more into like the vampire type, the cleaner situation. You know, I'm in a situation we like to shower up before we start being, elegant with each other.
Yeah, but you ever
with my wife?
Don't you remember the times when you used to have dirty bangs? Like think of like a hot New
Dirty
York
bangs. Yeah,
summer
yeah.
where there's not a lot of AC,
Right.
and you've been out in the city all day, and then
like,
you just
let's
meet
just
up with
fuck
someone
in
on
the
OK
sewer.
Cupid,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, I'm disgusting, you're disgusting, let's be disgusting together. I feel
Right.
like that's
I
how you
get it.
fucking
Yeah,
orc.
there's just a box fan in the room while you're eating that box.
Sure,
You're just
yeah.
like, dude, this smells like fucking, Mario's Delight.
It's like, where does your stink end and mine begin? And
Right.
it's just like,
No.
oh, they've got these big weapons, and I'm like, I'm scared of that, but also, like, I feel like they would really protect me, and I'm very into
No
that.
way, man. No. It's you wake up in a filthy leather tent and there's a fire burning, and you just like look over and there's a 9-foot tall lady with green skin, 400 pounds of solid muscle, and you've just been told you've been claimed as a war prize.
Come on! Yes!
Dread.
Yes!
Dread Red Rhea says, no shower equals marinated perfectly.
Marinated perfectly. I don't feel that way in my everyday life, but if I'm
Yeah,
fucking an orc, I will fuck that
I
orc.
can only
is the
get
orc
so
not-
turned on.
So there's is there any violence here? I mean, there's no sex in your
the
violence.
threat. The threat
that,
is there.
right?
And I
Remember Bush?
feel, but I also feel like it is wild. You know, like one of those where the next day you're like, man, I'm covered in bruises.
Right.
Wow. And like in a great way. We're just like, I just feel like I don't need to work out for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Stretching a hole.
The implication.
Yes. And it's also someone brought up, it's the tusks. Which you'd think like, oh, they'd get in the way of your makeouts, they get in the way of eating your pussy. Or what if they're great?
Yeah, and I did read, and there was a book I read called Richard's...
Ooh, bad boy.
Richard's
That's an
Filthy Orc
Urukai.
Experience.
That's an Urukai. God damn it.
But the tusks are apparently an erogenous zone, so if you stroke and lick the tusks, it does add to their sexual pleasure, which is phenomenal.
It goes hand in hand with horns. There's so many uses for a tusk.
And then you can be like, oh, you Holden, bye,
I'm like,
bye.
just like rubbing up and down on the tusk.
Right. And be like, have you ever seen Austin Powers? Elizabeth Hurley's in that movie. She's also in a movie called Bedazzled.
I guess I am getting horny. God, Jesus Christ.
I don't believe Holden has ever read a book says Euphoria Burgers.
Yeah, Euphoria Burgers, get him.
I read Hop on Pop earlier today to my daughter during nap time. I read some of it. I read as much as many of the pages as I could.
Oh God. Oh, Dreadria. Just like Illyrian wings. Oh my God, we can't get into the world of the Illyrian here because that's the world of the Fae, and you think that's the same as fairies, so I'm not getting in the world of Illyrians.
They're born from the same folklore tradition. I'm justified.
Say a letter out loud, Jackie.
S.
You don't think S.
No, I'm just going along with you guys.
Why are you going along with us?
What do you want me to say?
I don't think you want to fuck any of these creatures.
Of course not. They're a bunch of scaly, slimy...
So speak your truth, Holden. Did I bind you before this stream? Speak your truth, goddammit!
Fine. I think orcs are low. I think orcs are like
You don't want a fucking orc!
But majority rules. If you guys both say S, I don't even have a veto balloon in this fucking fight.
Oh, yeah.
You're right, Broker. Holden, you're the lizard.
Thank
you're
you,
the monster.
Everybody says, I can get big. And thank you. And other people are calling me Frozen or whatever.
Frozen.
It's an orc. It's going to rip you to fucking shreds, you maniacs. You guys have
Yeah. What a way to go out. You know, you think about the world that an orc lives in. Are you really planning on living that long anyway if you're a human? No. So you may as well fuck an orc until it rips you apart.
All right. Next one, I'm taking the lead.
Okay.
What is the next one?
All right, I'm scared of you.
What's the next one? You guys have to go along with me. Skeletons.
That's me!
Skeletons are ass. Skeletons are ass. That's Jackie there in the middle. Skeletons are ass, dude. I mean, it's the same problem with the mummy, bro. I mean, how are you even fucking it, bro? What are you lubing up its eye hole? They're fucking dumb and clicky and clanky. And also, it's like, how's your mom and dad gonna stay asleep if you're clanking around with a bunch of bones?
Would you fuck Skeleton Dan if Skeleton Dan was not me?
You know what? I want to be Mr. Improv, but absolutely not, dude.
Wow.
And I'll say this right now, too. UCB, you lost out not passing me to level 5. You lost out. And I think SNL feels it right now.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
I'm sure they're hurting.
I'm just saying SNL's feeling it a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
But Jin
all
Woo
right.
does say Jack Skellington is sexy, though. So... I know that there's not a different, or actually, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that there is a different word for reanimated skeleton versus just a regular.
Well, I'm guessing it's a moving, talking, clacking skeleton. But I will say this: 3 words. Skellington is mid. Absolutely mid.
As a character or as a
Okay. He's so fucking naive. You think he's gonna be good at? He's like I feel like he'd be kind of very virginal feeling in bed. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a lot of meat.
That's so
There's too much meat.
There's muscles on the bones.
That just proves how much meat is necessary.
Whoa.
Or God forbid you come home with a skeleton. You don't know if it's a man or a woman because it's all the same when we get to that level, goddamn. And then they're like, hey, is it cool if I put on a little music to set the mood? And you're like, yeah, of course, Skelly, baby. And it's just fucking xylophone.
Just on their own ribs.
I mean, I like that you can break them off literally and like fuck yourself with you can break pieces off of them.
Do you like that? Is that what you like about this situation?
Sure, you could break a piece off and you could fuck on, the bone. But me as a cishet disease, I would say, it's hard for my penis to enjoy a bone person.
It is, whoa.
Is he a
James,
pussy?
you better, all right, Shutterstock.
I can see
trying to get us all horny.
I can see how it would be pussy fun. But penis fun, I don't see it. What are we doing here? It was like, it was like when Lexi tried to put like a vibrator on my penis. She was like, "How does that feel?" I was like, "It's nothing. Feels like it's nothing for me."
Yeah, but it turns your dick into a vibrator.
Just exactly. It's great for her, but I'm just saying it's just. But she thought it would make me go like, you know what I mean? And instead, I just stared at her in cold silence. I was like, we're in a fucking library right now, dude.
You know
what I mean?
That is the thing, Panic Bouton, skull fucking, which down to be like, you know, skull fucked in my mouth, but I don't know if I want to necessarily skull fuck an actual skull because it makes me think, High Tension, the French horror movie, where except that was fucking in the neck hole. And just anything that's making me think of like cutting off somebody's head and fucking it in its neck hole, not horny to me. So I need more meat. I need more cushion. I like a lot of cushion on anybody.
Right. And
so I need a lot.
No, I haven't tried any kind of pocket pussy. I can see maybe a vibrating pocket pussy being more enjoyable, but just straight up vibrator.
So far from skeletons right now. F for skeletons. It's not working. It's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, the monster is what capitalism has done to our ability to enjoy each other. That's what I'm saying.
We work for a corporation, okay? And I just want to say thank you to Last Podcast Network. It is phenomenal.
Does Henry know that I'm doing this category? Did anyone run this by Brother Boss?
No. Well, he's
good. He'll find out. He'll see the clips.
He's so out of it.
Oh, no, this is going to be the best YouTube replay we've ever had. Absolutely.
Yeah. Why did this get so many numbers?
Daddy Boss is gonna be sad and mad. Yeah, sad and mad, sad and mad. I do everything to make Daddy Boss sad and mad.
Yes, Queen. And what are you giving to skeletons?
I guess, man.
It's low, it's D, it's F.
I mean, if you, again, me as Skeleton Dan, S, obviously, but I do feel skeletons on their own, F. I'm saying it. Look at how thick. Now that's a thick, juicy
Shout outs to the Beetlejuice
right
cartoon, though. Shout outs to the Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is as close to a skeleton that I would fuck that exists.
Yeah.
Because I really can't. I'm trying to think, that's why it's scary for me to say F. Because it's like, really, Jackie, there's no skeleton you want to fuck.
Right.
But I just can't think of one.
Think of one.
And I don't want to fuck Jack Skellington.
Yeah, no? He's like, I like him in a... Yeah, it's not a sexual corpse bride, but she's not a skeleton.
No, she's a corpse.
But I'd make her go, give me the grave! I don't know what I would do. That would actually sound...
Yeah, it sounds like she wants to die again.
Man.
Sounds like she really doesn't want to fuck you, bro.
I don't know how to talk horny. I don't know what's going on these days.
I don't know how to talk horny.
I don't even know
That's your problem. You don't know how to be horny.
I don't even know. I can't even believe I knew the phrase erogenous.
Yeah, wow.
Here we go. All right, that one's an F. It's an F on that one. F on that joke.
Whoa,
whatever,
love
Tinderella. And Ben and Jester don't think I haven't forgotten about you. All right, what do we have next?
Man, there are more Fs than I thought. Look at me.
Of course, Summer.
I'm being truthful here, and it's difficult, because I love to lie.
What do we have? But we haven't gotten to some juicy ones. We haven't gotten some juicers going. There you go. Dracula's is one hell of a drug.
Dracula's fills me with such anger.
Dracula's.
I hate that they're not called vampires on this list. It makes me angry. It makes me want to pull a vampire in here and fuck it right in front of you.
Right.
And just sort of be like, "You're the cock now, dog."
Right.
It is.
Wait, did Sean Connery ever play a vampire? Why?
Oh man, I would. I'd fuck that vampire.
I think he's played a couple. I would say absolutely, but I will say, I think this is an S for me. I mean, they are. That's the whole point of them. They're sex incarnate. That they use sex. They have to become really good at the pleasures of the night.
Chantalesque. I just finished the second season of Interview with a Vampire.
Oh yeah,
Stop.
Good stuff.
Fuck.
Okay, but for every Lestat...
Have you seen the teaser for season 3 yet?
I have not. But for every Lestat, you have Gary Oldman in Bram Stoker's Dracula. For every Edward
Cullen.
Twilightington.
Edward Cullen.
Thank you. For every Edward Cullen, you got a Nosferatu. There is some weird shit happening in the vampire spectrum where like they're not all hottie boom body. Well,
literally just someone just brought up Gary Oldman being hot as fuck.
Yeah, that's the problem. For every
old
vampire
Gary Oldman,
you don't think
old
is hot.
Weird with the ass hair, Gary Oldman. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But still, for every vampire you don't think it's hot. Yes, we know the Nosferatu vampire for sure. I get it. But at the end of the day, it outweighs.
Yeah, like that shit.
But everything else outweighs.
At least, like, they're really wise.
Yeah, let's not all the True Bloods. Blade,
okay,
David Bowie, and Catherine Deneuve in The Hunger. Hello.
Think of all.
It's such an and I'd fuck him, says Red H. It's S, baby.
I think of the generations of learning how to fuck good.
This is the quintessential monster fucker. I feel like a monster to be fucked. Like the whole point is the oozing was that was actually a sexual awakening. Reading like a dumbed down version of the original vampire thing, and the 3 women that came into the guy's room that were all like vampire ladies that like seduce him. It's all the Lost Boys.
But also Britnick did say, "I'll fuck that cauliflower looking bitch."
Yeah,
I agree with you,
completely.
Completely.
What about Leslie Nielsen in Dracula Dead and Loving It? What about?
Of course I would. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, are you kidding?
I dare say the only
Joe,
one I can name off the top of my head that I actually don't want to fuck is Edward Cullen. I know that.
Which is crazy. And how many people want to fuck him?
No, you want to fuck the Dr. Dad. You want to fuck the Daddy Cullen.
Well,
Everybody
I do.
wants
Yeah,
to fuck
I
the
do
daddy.
love. Yeah, I do love the father, even though he is a cop. But honestly, even then, I kind of want to fuck all the other werewolves. I think. I mean, no, we're not at werewolves. I think werewolves are on the list, but I know that like I usually would choose a vampire almost over any other monster.
Yeah.
But I also, as I was saying that, realized they are the least monster, though, of the monster fuckers, right?
In Buffy, like when Spike gets mad and he's got like fucked up vampire
Yeah, they're
face,
monsters.
Like they get monster-y.
Yeah, they get monsters, but that's also just a version of vampires. Not
they're
all
such
vampires.
monsters. Are you kidding? They're absolutely.
Hashtag not all vampires. I stand by it. Hashtag not all vampires. The lore is different for different vampires. So it also depends on, like, anybody that I gotta invite in or else they can't come in. I'm gonna fuck that vampire.
Yeah.
It depends on what rules they are following. Someone against that, like, I can't cook anything garlic in the house.
That, Jackie.
I don't want to fuck that vampire.
Yeah, once you go Dracula, you never go Bakula, says Torgo, and I think he means he's talking about the celebrity. Scott Bakula.
Yeah. Nick Cage and Renfield would fuck.
Please, the hits keep coming. I mean,
all
come
right.
on. This is the one I'm just going to be like, it's S. It's absolutely S.
It's all right. I was just trying to play devil's advocate just a little before we just let vampires.
But do you would you give, like,
yes.
like they asked, so you would?
Oh, yeah. There was like a sexy lady vampire in like a full bustier, and her name was like Madame Bloodington or some shit.
Right.
Oh my God, no question.
Completely,
no question.
Yeah, especially when like, they've been like secluded in their castle for generations, and like no one's seen them for a really long time, and then you just show up, and it's like, oh, my bike's wheel fell off, and it's raining outside, I gotta come inside of your castle. And
oh my God.
Of the castle.
I will say, probably the top of my. What were we gonna say, Jake?
Oh, the moment where like I'm in the manor, things seem normal, and then I like accidentally cut my finger a little, and she's like,
right.
And I'm thinking like, I'm rizzing this lady up. She's into me.
These are wiping blood all over. You're wiping blood all over your face,
dude. Also, yes. Oh my God, Atomic Man, Jackie Daytona, regular human bartender.
Oh, okay. All right. We're in.
But also, I think the hottest of anything is Elvira for me. Like Elvira is.
Oh yeah,
Elvira, Vampirella. Yeah, okay, all right.
We're doing it. It's S.
Yeah.
All right, we've got 3 more.
Yeah.
More on the block that gets chopped. Let us move into the final throes of this Monster Fucker edition. Long time coming, Jackie. Thank you so much for being here.
I just can't wait. I'm already going to ask, to do further in depth into like aliens.
Yeah, I think we'll break
further in depth into specifically vampires. There's I know this is a generic one. This is just an intro to Monster Fucker.
And I think even we should do one on just different comes, like different types of ejaculate.
Don't even get me started on the pumpkin comes that I'm reading right now, man.
Please.
Oh, baby.
Patreon patreon.com/page7podcast. All right, here we go. Up next, patreon.com/whisper as well. So there's two. It's enjoy both.
You guys got pumpkin cum? Oh, don't even.
We do. We actually do have pumpkin cum.
Got pumpkin cum?
All right, I feel like when it comes to you being a monster fucker, the werewolf is the ultimate of this, right? Of the
Me?
because it's like a sheepish guy that's cute, and you're like, oh, let's date. And then, he turns into that beast in the night.
Except I don't want to fuck Teen Wolf.
Love Teen Wolf, though.
Not even like...
I don't want to fuck I don't want to fuck that wolf.
Love Teen Wolf. That moment at the basketball game when everybody stops because he turns to a wolf on the court, and then the ref just goes, play ball, and everyone just goes, yeah. It's just the funniest, best scene in, I think, any movie to me.
A Wild Bidoof says, Jackie says Holden isn't a monster fucker, and he brings up a human in the monster fuckability.
Whatever, a Wild Bidoof. Now you're my enemy and not Bene Gesserit, so congratulations, Bene Gesserit. Now we're best friends.
And now you're my champion, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, you're a champion. You have to fight for Jackie now, and I'm going to start sending people your way to kill to the death. But until that happens...
Wolf 1 or 2 where, like, he goes to his best friend, he's like, I got something to tell you, and the friend's like, oh my God, you're not gay, are you?
He
and
does, but that's
like,
not the
no,
word
I'm
he
a wolf.
uses, is it?
Yeah, I don't think he's the word.
Definitely not the word he uses.
Yeah, for sure.
Yikes.
But then he's like, no, I'm a wolf man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, please, whoa.
Fine. Oh, good. Yeah. I guess I feel that I don't really need to thirst very outwardly for how I feel. Wowie.
Real quick, 8 bits, thank you so much for the sub.
Like in that movie?
8 bits, thank you so much for the sub. Just a touch.
That's him, like, between phases.
Between phases. Just a touch of peanut butter, and they'll give you the best oral you've ever had. Fantastic.
Okay, we're bringing up a thing when the, like in Twilight rules, when they just turn into a wolf.
And they burst all their clothes off. Their clothes fall off their body, Jake.
But it's not a wolfish man.
I'm in love with a werewolf.
It's just a wolf.
I realize, like, reading and me saying I'm in love with a werewolf while reading Twilight for the first time and understanding and going through that heartbreak. I'm not even going to get into it right now. And I always knew I was into a werewolf. That's since the beginning of time. I dare say even before vampires, I was always into a wolf person in some capacity because they're not scary all the time.
Right.
And there's something so sexy about, like, oh yeah, you gotta stay away from me though, cause I just might rip your butt. Right. But not all the time.
Right.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
and then you
bit.
gotta put me in a big cage, and I gotta stand outside and go, big wolf.
Right.
Maybe
if I put the pussy through the hole.
Pussy through the hole, you lick it. And I go,
okay, but can we agree?
And the part where they always wake up in strange areas naked as well is another one that's hot.
And I go, I just found this naked. Oh, what do I? Oh, and we're kissing. Oh no!
Right. Oh my God.
Consent. We're kissing.
I don't consent at all to this. Please get away from me, Jackie.
Jerking off the little underfangs. I'm just like, yeah, you want to see it again?
Right.
Wolfie?
Right. This woman won't leave me alone. Officer, please. I get that I'm a scary monster, but you have to get her away from me.
I think I bankrupted that farmer. I ate his whole flock, and you're just like, yeah, tell me more.
But I don't want to fuck a dog, and I don't want to fuck a wolf. And I think that those things need to be said.
Right.
I appreciate you
I'm glad. Yeah, I like that you said that and everything.
Not into bestiality. I like them humanoid. I like, especially a werewolf. I want it to be aware that I am a human. I mean, for most of the time.
Sure.
And then until it loses control.
Right.
And then I'm the only one that can control it. And I am horny. Well, I like werewolves. And I enjoy them.
I do not find the werewolf fantasy engaging at all. I don't even know if they do, like, lady werewolves or, like, that's just
what
not
if they
something...
did, though? Like, what if that, it exists in book form somewhere.
It definitely exists in book form, but just within the popular imagination... There is no, like, I can't, like, find, like, a cishet dude fantasy of, like, that's furry fetish shit. That's furry fetish shit.
Furry fetish.
That's not, again, I want, like, baseline
Which
pop
also,
culture.
furry is very different community than the world of monster fucking. That is a whole
Ginger
other
snaps? People are saying ginger
world.
snaps. It was a female werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
The howling.
Okay.
Are we saying it's S, right? I mean,
I would like to make a press for A tier below vampire.
And why is that, you bastard?
Because it's a fucking wolf. It's like an animal. It's too recognizable.
But
as
an
a thing.
orc is fine?
Yeah, that's like a fucking big, beefy green lady that's gonna snoo my fucking brains out and then bash my head against a rock.
Ooh, Marie, if you're in chat, can you please go and pants him right now? Pants him.
Baby, bring the smashing rock. You know the one we use.
Yeah, yes. All right, wow, are we gonna go A here? Is this what's gonna happen?
I would love to figure out a way to be able to paint my entire body green and or red where you can still fuck and it doesn't get everywhere. There is a place and a time to ask chat, how do I completely make myself green or red and not get it everywhere while I fuck?
Everyone's saying S or else, S or we riot. Everyone's gonna be mad about it. Jake, I will give it an A with you if that is really where you stand. Do you stand at A?
I think A. I think it's
all right.
A tier
Give it an
below.
A.
Get
Majority
a tarp.
rules.
Get a tarp.
Give it an A, you
Whitey.
slut.
A.
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Sub balloon. Sub balloon. May I have it, Veto?
Waste your
Veto.
sub-balloon.
Veto. I want the S. Veto. I want the S. Give me my furry S.
Someone do the best thing
Veto.
ever.
I want my S.
Someone do the best thing ever who has a sub-balloon and bring it back down to A.
Veto. I want my S.
All right, there you go. Done. Okay.
Explode it, Tearzo. Explode it.
Here we go. Up next.
Oh, is this it? Is this the one Holden finally commits to?
I mean, witches are, I mean, there is only the Roald Dahl's The Witches, though. That was with the dogs
Wicked
droppings.
Witch of the West, the Weird Sisters from Macbeth. There's
really
lots
about
of
to
real
say
Uggo witches.
That you don't want to fuck witches?
Everybody remove your wigs and your nose.
It's Angelica Houston.
And your
You're not gonna
shoes.
fuck that witch?
What about the VV witch? Says Lana Del Ramen.
I'm disgusted.
Isn't that Anya Taylor-Joy? Famous.
I wasn't listening to you. I'm too
incredibly
upset.
attractive woman?
I'm too upset.
The witch, though, is like a weird old
Yeah, it's
lady.
like a weird old lady.
okay.
Anya Taylor-Joy's in it,
Yeah,
Doesn't she join the Vitches at the end, though?
fuck yeah, man.
They can be considered
Spoiler alert, but
monstrous.
definitely watch it.
I mean, of course, they're
Also-
mostly hot. Yeah, of course.
A
They're
good
mostly...
Vivitch will maintain the sexy form until after you're done, and then you'll turn over and she's like,
they'll do the shining thing treatment.
Funeral
yeah,
potatoes,
but like
practical
you
magic.
already got to bang the cool version.
Yeah, but you got the hot version. It's kind of like the demon thing. They'll seduce you, and then they'll give you the switcheroo.
I dare say I would fuck that witch, though, because, again, I would. I'd show it again, James. I would fuck that witch, because that witch has a lot of power, and that witch, together, think of how unstoppable we would be. Yeah, it's not my favorite witch to fuck, but that bitch is going to make me so powerful, I don't give a fuck. We're gonna fuck, and our beautiful witch magic together is gonna make us both. We're gonna go from crones to fucking young bitches while we rub our pussies together. And I'm excited about it.
Jackie wants to live deliciously. Absolutely. I would say, she'll make you stew after.
Yeah, and even maybe there's a baby in the stew, but I don't give a fuck. It's not my baby.
Almost
Jackie says,
assuredly.
my baby.
The crone.
I'll fuck that crone. I'll fuck that crone. I said it. I'll fuck that crone.
All right, so what is it? So it's S from you guys?
Yeah, Kurt Girl says, Jackie says, bone the crone.
All right,
I do say bone the crone.
I'm not going to sit here and fucking mince pearls with you guys, okay? Charmed as well, says
I
H Bandit.
Charmed. Jesus Christ, Holden.
No, it's mostly they're great, but at the end of the day, I feel like at the end of the day, they'll be like too busy trying to fucking put stuff in a stew to really sauce it up with you most of the time. They're very by the book. Literally, they have a book and they use, so unless it's like a fun sex moment, mostly they're just like, how do I make a boy into a cat? You know what I mean?
Listen, it's worth it if you're going to get Thackeray Binxed. Like, it's, again, you will get Thackeray Binks, but you will have the night of your life before it happens.
Fine,
like,
let's just go with, fine, S. Let's just give it an S.
Like, do you understand?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Aunt Zelda.
Baby.
What on the right? What
Yeah,
was
baby,
Oh, man, I
yeah,
wanted
baby.
to make her a fun
Like, okay,
carnival
Holden,
act.
do you understand that from a folklore
Suspiria, yeah, that's
perspective, the only reason we even have witches as an archetype is that in ye olden times there were ladies that fucked so good that people were like,
We're so
definitely
powerful.
she's definitely with a devil.
I don't
Nobody
even have
could fuck
tentacle
this great.
suckers inside of my pussy, and man, I can get anybody to stay.
Yeah.
I am very upset with you, Holden. I don't know if I've ever been this upset with
Whatever,
you.
dude.
I can't.
More of a wizard
Does
guy.
your wife know that you wouldn't fuck
I'm just
a
more
witch?
of a wizard person,
Does your
bro.
wife know this?
Like a long beard. No, she's trying to put a vibrator.
Our inherent power from the earth.
She doesn't even know what's going on. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'd fuck a warlock.
that's what I'm talking
I'd definitely
about.
fuck a warlock.
I'd stroke along with that guy right there.
Thank you, baby. No,
shall
Lexi is a
not
witch.
come.
All right,
Whoa.
fine. It's S then. It's S, right?
No, I don't want
Yes.
to bully you. I don't want to bully your
Yeah.
tiny, not hard penis talking
That's
about
bullying.
witches.
That's literally you're cyberbullying me right fucking now.
No, I'm
bro.
in real life bullying.
Yeah, and it's on the internet.
Tiny,
so it's both.
tiny, and it's soft.
I know you can
tiny
point it
and
all you
it's
want. I
soft.
can't even tell you're pointing at it.
Tiny and it's soft.
Wow, Holden, I didn't realize you hated women. Yes,
Thank
Ashes.
you. Thank you, Ashes.
I loathe them all.
I'm shocked. I am shocked. Not even witches could like crack your just ironclad anti-monster.
Give it an S.
What do we? No. I don't want your
an S.
dirty S. I feel like you're putting your dirt all over it, and I don't like. What is like, Holden? Is there anything outside of just a regular, just a human being? There's nothing you'd want to fuck.
I like
Birds.
Lieutenant John or what's his name?
Lieutenant Dan
Lieutenant Dan
from Forrest Gump.
That's a war. That's a veteran.
Well,
All right, anyways,
exists.
let's
is a
give it an
human
S.
Being.
Let's give it an S.
He is a human being.
Give it an S.
Just 'cause he doesn't have
We
legs.
are just.
Not even Gary Sinise.
And I'm not calling because I'm talking about him before he lost the legs and after.
Oh, so he. Oh,
not
war,
talking
Lieutenant
about-
Dan.
Oh,
You're
so
not
you
talking
won't
about-
have sex with him now that he lost his
I'm
legs?
saying both.
Thank you for
I
bringing
fucking
that up,
both
James.
times.
Thank you for bringing
Give
that
it
up,
an
James.
S. Give witches an
So
S.
wait,
We gotta
so
hate
Holden's
this.
saying
Very
cyborg.
interesting.
He
I'm
would have
in this.
sex
Give
with a
it an S.
cyborg.
All right, what do we have left? What's the last one?
Thought that says Holden hates disabled people.
No, I love them so much I want to fuck them. And fetishize them. All right, next up. What do we have next?
What's
And
in
last.
your head? In your head,
Zombie.
Like a war thing. How do you, Holden? Let's start with you.
Yeah, they're me in bed, so no, I don't think you'd want to have sex with them. They're dead-eyed and quiet and kind of
I
lazily.
feel like they
moaning.
might be more slurpy than you
Yeah.
would be, actually.
They have weirdly more skin than me. Actually,
I don't know. We've all seen that cyst on your back, and that provides a lot of
huge.
extra skin.
It's
I don't
huge.
know.
God knows what else.
Cinderella asked, can a zombie consent? Again, I think this goes back to how much of a zombie are we talking? Are we talking like, are we talking my boyfriend's back? And then he's just a regular person, but he just happens to be a zombie?
I'm thinking we got to split the difference here and go like it's zombies. It's like if
Tiger
anything,
Cat the
like
zombie would fall apart pretty easy.
there are also slow zombies and fast zombies. So you could get jackhammered by one maybe if it's
Yeah,
like
like a
28 days
virus.
later.
28 days later kind of
Yeah.
zombie.
They stink,
I
they
think,
slimy, they can't
in the
speak.
ideal
Yeah.
version, they like gain a little bit of themselves back because your love is so timeless beyond even death that they're like,
Oh, so this in your brain, it's a zombie that you used to be in a relationship with when they were alive, but now they're a zombie, so you're gonna keep fucking them? I'm not judging, I'm just asking.
no, mechanically, physically, there's really nothing. I'm just even trying to enter the mindscape of the monster fucker where like what psychologically or symbolically I'm trying to express through this relationship, and I can't even really put that together What even happens in Warm Bodies? What's the deal with that one? I never.
Yeah,
actually
is that
saw
a good? Maybe I should watch it.
Tirzo is very double thumbs up about it, so I don't know Warm Bodies. I'm not familiar with Warm Bodies.
I guess Tirzo's lore now. Tirzo watches a lot of movies. Sex zombies like Dahmer was trying to make. I mean, that's the thing.
In the box.
Yeah, zombies are F, I think. Zombies are F or D. I could see D, I guess, but...
Whoa, Nicholas Holt. When is Nicholas Holt a zombie?
Is he Warm Bodies?
Yes.
That's probably
that's Warm Bodies. All right, I'll watch Warm Bodies.
We should watch Warm Bodies. Yeah, and yeah, exactly. There's the Mung thing. I would say...
my vision, Jackie, it's not great, but it's a cute zombie movie. I feel the same way about Lisa. I've heard about Lisa Frankenstein. I haven't watched Lisa Frankenstein yet, but even then, I mean, Cole Sprouse is a zombie, don't want to fuck, and it's difficult for me to say, because I love somebody with the body. I want the skin, I want the meat on there, which a zombie does have over a skeleton. But honestly, I need to talk. I know, surprise, this bitch needs somebody they can fucking talk to.
Some action.
I need to be able, I need a little bit more charm. I need a little bit more zhuzh. I need a little bit more seduction from a zombie.
It's an F or a D. Let's close it. It's an F or a D. So what do you want?
D.
F or D? D. We'll give it a D because it's
JD
humanoid
Panda asks,
at least.
why no Bigfoot? I also feel there needs to be a whole separate cryptid.
Yeah, we'll do
bangability.
cryptids by fuckability on a totally different one.
Because I could not stand for the generic of just cryptid.
Right.
Cryptid
You
is
can't do
way.
this cryptid.
There's it's just I can't.
I
Yeah.
believe there
I
already
mean, the
was
Mothman
a cryptid.
alone.
We did cryptids, we didn't do it by... Did we do it by fuckability?
By fuckability. I remember Henry very passionately talking about fucking the squink or
Squonk.
something.
Henry got. We
had
ended up talking. We ended
my
up talking
brother on a
about
fuck
Did you
show?
do it by fuckability?
It was not by fuckability. It just went there
It
because
just
we're
went
who
there.
we are.
Yeah, it just went there. All right, let's give it a D. Let's close this out. We have a ton of veto balloons to get through, so let's start it off. We've got, go back to the list. We got skeleton, mummy, and what is that? At F.
Skeleton,
Fairy.
mummy, and fairy.
Fairy at F. We've got
You know
zombie.
what? I'm popping my balloon right now.
Yeah.
Fairies,
Wow.
if only for the Fern Gully component. Fairies to D.
All right. There you go. What's next? We've got fairies to D, and then we're gonna do Frankenstein's monster or Frankenstein's at C. B has nothing. A, alien, and Kraken.
No, it really is. It's a very polarized list.
Very polarized
Jay Donover,
list.
yeah.
And then, of course, we've got demons, ghosts, orcs, bizarrely, Dracula.
I hate that you just said bizarrely.
Wolfman, and we also have, we're moving dragons up for JD Panda.
Whoa, JD Panda moving dragons up. Now,
And witches.
I am with you, JD Panda, because it is like, I do need to confess, if a dragon was like, I'd like to have sex with you, like, I'm gonna fuck that dragon.
There you go, and I will do the same. Move them up to B, so we have a B for dragons.
Wow.
We have a B for dragons.
Putting the cum in Benedict Cumberbatch, I see.
And
Smaug.
Gyro does this, if I do actually have a veto, move dim aliens to S. Did Gyro Dotus?
Wow, love it.
Gyro
love it,
Dotus
love it.
have one? I believe. Jords? Yeah, sure, Jords. JD Panda? What does JD Panda say? I think it was...
JD Panda already moved dragons.
Oh, JD Panda already moved dragons.
This
So
is
are
a
we
dragon
done?
rally.
Is that it? I think we had a Czar balloon, right? Does Czar have, and what's the other one? And Mothbat.
Mothbat!
Czar and Mothbat, do you have a final move, or are we closing this out? Let us know. And Britnick.
Oh my god, the Mad Harper. Honestly, the dragon might just fuck you whether you want
Orcs
to or
down
not.
to C. Who said that?
What?
Czar. Orcs down to C.
But wait, it's only one,
Czar?
right? No, they
Czar.
gave a ton of. They gave a ton of stuff. Let them do
they're
whatever
allowed
they
to move
want.
it too, even though I'm
right.
very upset
Two
about
down,
it.
bring
Czar.
orcs down
Wait,
to
Czar,
C.
what is? Are you scared of them, Czar? I need to know more. What
Czar
is
says
the
orcs
hatred?
are mid and Mothbat witches to A. Sorry, guys, not a monster. Yeah, baby. Get wrecked, Jackie. Get wrecked, Jake. And is that it? Are we done?
Hansel and Gretel
Britnick,
would
did we
argue
get Britnick?
otherwise.
Did we get Britnick's? Did Britnick? I could write
All
all
right,
paper
Czar
on
says,
witches.
I am small. I understand, Czar. I get it. I understand. I don't want you to be scared.
I think that's it. Britnick and what was the other one?
Moment of Levity.
Moment of Levity. Britnick and Moment of Levity to close it out.
Britnick already was part of the Dragon Rally.
Oh, move dragons up to B. Gotcha.
And Moment of Levity wanted to give my balloon to Tearzo if I still have one. Absolutely, Tearzo with the final one. And Britnick already moved theirs.
Tearzo can do anything. Tearzo can move any item, any.
Oh, I'm
item
scared of what
any
Tearzo's
place.
Gonna do. I wonder, what does Tearzo
Any
want
item
to
to
fuck?
any position they want. It's the
Bring
wild
witches
card
back up. Bring
balloon.
the witches back up to S. You know you
It's
fuck
the
them.
wild card balloon.
Bring them witches back up to S. You know you fucking
What are we
want to.
doing? What are we doing?
Oh, bring them orcs up. You know you want
What did
to.
they
Come on,
care
you know
about?
you
What did
Orcs
they
back.
want?
Orcs back.
Come on,
back
you know
to
you
orcs.
want to.
What?
What?
It's so
That is our
reasonable.
list. Bring us back
Holy
over to it.
shit.
We're closing out with mummies and skeletons at F. JBBJ, thank you so much for the gifted sub.
Whoa.
Zombies at D. Only one at D. We've got Frankensteins and orcs at C. We've got dragons and fairies at B. Kraken and witches at A, rightfully so. And demons, ghosts, Draculas, wolfmen, and aliens at S. That is our show. Thank you so much, Jackie, for being here. Say some bullshit and we're going to get out of
I
here.
just can't wait to come back when we have more in-depth, different subgenres underneath the generic topics. But I want to thank both Holden and Jake for having me on so that I can speak my truth and hopefully maybe open y'all's mind a little bit.
Sorry, thank you for the
fuck.
Thank you for the
We
5
will
gifted
find
subs.
the non-human. We will find the humanoid but non-human entity that Holden wants to fuck. It will happen.
We'll find it. We'll find it.
We will find it.
Is there a tiers email we can send suggestions for tier lists? No, but DM LPN TV, and I think we'll look at it that way. Just whisper on LPN TV's Twitch. All right, everybody, have a good night and fuck some monster.
Fuck a monster for us. I'm about to go fuck my own.
I was
Thank you,
gooning
Tears.
in the
Thank you,
lab
James.
late
Thank you, Tears.
one
And thank you,
night.
James. Thank you, everybody, who subbed and gifted subs. Crazy subs tonight. Thank you so much. Peace.